I will begin with a quick visual description of myself. I am an African male of brown complexion, and today I'm wearing a bright yellow hoodie that has the brand of Innovate Now on it. I want to take the next few minutes to tell you about my journey into disability innovation. I will also take some time to tell you about Innovate Now, and I will end with some thought-provoking discussion about the future of disability innovation. And I hope together we can continue to journey together for persons with disabilities and with persons with disabilities. I am a person with disability myself, and from the age of 2 weeks, I was diagnosed with brittle bone disease. And over the course of my life, especially in my childhood, I have been an AT user of multiple assistive technology devices. This range from upper body orthosis to crutches and to wheelchairs, and even a prosthesis at some point. My experience as a user resonates with the challenges that we have today, especially in developing countries, where assistive technology is out of reach and in many situations does not consider the voice and the experience of the user. I was lucky enough to get the support to go to school, and even though every level of education was a fight for what was my right, I had the privilege of completing my studies up to university level. And my background is in computer science, business, and innovation. I've had the wonderful opportunity to run a career standing at 10 years now in the startup innovation ecosystem across Africa, having the experience of leading technology and entrepreneurship in the mainstream startup ecosystem. My work has mostly been building startup ecosystem and helping founders. In 2019, I had the wonderful pleasure of meeting Catherine Holloway and her colleague from the Global Disability Innovation Hub. And 4.5 years ago, we envisioned Innovate Now. And Innovate Now is Africa's first assistive technology accelerator. And over the last 4 years or so, we have been driving innovation to help tackle the barriers for access to AT. As we may all know, in most developing countries, there is a little or very few AT manufacturers or businesses that serve persons with disabilities. We all know that the world that we live in today is what it is because of problem solvers, entrepreneurs that have enabled us to live a life with less barriers. Whether that's from the telephone to the computer, these tools have enabled humanity to achieve greatness in all fields. And it has been inspired by disabled people. Now, entrepreneurs, especially those in assistive technology, are at this point in time disrupting thinking and approaches and contributing to disability justice by building solutions that work for persons with disabilities. Innovate Now provides education, co-creation, and innovation with users. And above all, we have been at the forefront of building an inclusive innovation ecosystem that focuses on Africa, but with a global reach. We have been privileged to be part of the AT 2030, and our initial work was to prove what works for innovating with persons with disabilities. Today, we are thinking about the future of disability innovation in emerging markets. And I strongly believe that the solutions to addressing some of the biggest pain points of access, affordability lie in the hands of entrepreneurs and founders who believe that is possible. I see a future where the developing countries will push the industry to adopt higher standards, whether that's for safety or for ethics because of new emerging technologies. In the next 5 years, there will be a maturation of the startup ecosystem for disability innovation. We must therefore take bold steps to ensure that we make it easier for innovators to help us solve some of the challenges that continue to make it difficult for persons with disabilities to thrive. Some of these challenges are access to funding, especially in the early stages, where entrepreneurs have to cross the startup valley of death. Some of the other challenges is the policy side. And we are privileged in our innovation ecosystem building work to work closely with government and policymakers. For example, the Ministry of Health in Kenya has now developed a strategy for assistive technology that will guide government in terms of making AT accessible. The future is also one such that will create jobs for persons with disabilities. And therefore, we have to ensure that persons with disabilities themselves benefit from the innovation ecosystem. And because I was given 5 minutes only for this talk, I want to leave each one of us with a question. What will you do for disability innovation? Thank you.
I'm often completely shocked that it's been 4.5 years since I've known Bernard, but I remember the first day that I met him and he was running a small accelerator, and I thought, oh, this would be great, maybe he'd like to do this. And Julia Barbareschi and I convinced him. We are going to go to Derek now, I believe, who is in Ghana for his